Good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning, depending upon where you are in the world. It's Thursday. Yay! It's yay, Thursday, yay. I like that. So, tonight, Table Talk Thursdays, and we are going to hit the spirit guides topic again. Last week was a very interesting experience. And I'm just getting ready to pin this comment right here. Give me a second, guys. Here we go. All right. So tonight we're going to hit up on spirit guides again. Last week was such a wild ride. If you were here with us, let's hope it's a bit on the calmer side. It's been an interesting week. We know Mercury is in retrograde, so that contributes. Hi, Natalie. How are you, sweetheart? Welcome. So, as we're waiting for Facebook to catch up because we know they're a bit behind the times. Hi, Jen. Oh, what happened last week? Oh, you missed the fun, Jen. We'll have to share that. Hi, Zona. We'll share that at another time. It was we had a lot of disruption. It was really kind of ugly. I've never had it happen that way before, so almost wasn't sure we were going to be able to continue, but we did. We managed. So. I can share a little bit more information another time on that, but it was interesting. Let's put it to you that way. All right. Hi, Linda Lou. Happy Table Talk. Woo! Hey, Sarah. Welcome. I'm glad you're here with us this evening. Hello, Sunday. Good evening. Hello, Dylan. How are you? Yeah, Jen, it was yeah. Well, we can chat somewhere along the way here and I can fill you in, but I ended up not leaving that live posted. And unfortunately, we had a group of about four people that decided to disrupt my live. I think they might have been working in tandem. I really don't know. I mean, we managed to kind of get back to it, but it just kind of threw off the energy. Anyhow, we are here this evening. Let's go ahead, guys. Let's share this out on your timeline publicly. Go ahead and put it in any groups that you're part of, and invite friends. All right, let's get this rolling. Hi, Sue. How are you? So, if you're new to me, I just want to say welcome. This is Table Talk Thursdays. Tonight, we're going to talk about spirit guides. I am Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison, Bridge the Unseen. And I've done a lot of teaching in my day, and I worked with a lot of clients. I've been doing this professionally for 20 years. So I have a lot of information to share, but this is an interactive forum. So I want to hear from you guys. I want to hear your comments, your thoughts, your stories, your questions, all the above, because you know me, I'm not going to sit here and just talk at you the whole hour. So thank you, Natalie, for sharing. I do appreciate it very much. All right. Hello, Peggy. And you are on vacation. Well, lucky you. You're going to share where you're at so we can all be envious. Hi, Will. How are you? Welcome. So let's talk about spirit guides again. And I know some of you, hi, Dale. How are you? I know some of you were on here last week. So some of this may be a repeat. Some of it may not. You know, I just go with the flow and we'll just see how it all kind of pans out in the end, right? So let's talk about spirit guides. It's interesting because I kind of want to start this live the same as I did last week's. What is your impression or what is your understanding of what a spirit guide is or who may be a spirit guide and so forth? I kind of like to get the idea of what you all think, which gives me a place to kind of start from and start to explain. And it also, hi, Sandy, how are you? Hello, Ginny. You were in Ogden, Utah, Peggy. Well, sounds like fun. Utah is very beautiful. So enjoy that. And I'm glad you're joining us on your vacay. Awesome. All right. So now you know what, Peggy, when people ask you to tell them about your vacay, you can tell them I had a great Thursday evening with Elyse Ann Psychic on Facebook. Go check her out. Anyhow, Jen says, okay, let's see. We're going to get into it right away. Here we go. If you talk to your spirit guides, is that the same as channeling? Actually, Jen, it is not the same as channeling, according to my belief system. Okay, when I'm going to talk a little bit more about. Let me see, I'm sorry. I just saw a comment here that I found very interesting. Sunday, you say the element in your ear. I'm not really sure what you mean exactly by that. I think you just mean who, you get it maybe through their communication talking, so but let me address that a little bit about channeling. And I still want to hear from you guys what you believe a spirit guide really is. We talked about this some last week. Maybe I know some of you were on last week, but it's really important I get a feel for that. And I'm going to jump into what I believe it all is all about in a minute. I just want to say, Tony, thanks. I'm glad you shared it for me. Tony's just great. She's my moderator, and we love Tony. She keeps me on track. Did you notice how I lose track of things when Tony's not with me, holding my hand along the way? Love you, Tony. All right, so thank you, Michelle, for sharing. And yes, I am doing well. It's been a very, very long day. I've got a lot of projects in the works. I'm so excited, but nothing to share quite yet. Let's let them come to fruition. And but I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes, and will continue to. And there'll be announcements along the way. A lot of good stuff coming up. I'm beyond excited. So, thank you, Sunday, for sharing. All right. So nobody wants to answer me what they think a spirit guide is. So you guys are all going to be shy with me tonight. Are you? Ha. Okay. Come on. I know some of you are not shy at all. Let's go. Anyhow. So, welcome. I see there are more people showing up. It's Table Talk Thursdays. We're talking about spirit guides tonight. So, oh, Jen, you asked about whether it was channeling. So, what I want to do, I'm going to write that down. And the reason I'm going to write it down is I do want to start really with just talking a little bit about what I believe a spirit guide is, what they're all about, and so forth. So, Jen says, I think they are part of my multidimensional self. Interesting. That's interesting. Um, I'm going to answer that, or I'm going to address that in a minute after I just give a little background on spirit guides. Can other people's spirit guides connect with you also? It depends, Dale, on whether you mean me, Elyse Ann Psychic, or you mean you, Dale. Because there'll be different answers for that. All right. So, oh, you cannot see people adding comments. Huh, Jen? Not sure where that is. Maybe go out of the live and come back in. Maybe it'll activate. I don't know. I mean, I'm not having an issue from what I can tell. So, Tony says, I'm never into the here we go. I am never into the metaphysical realm, but I believe spirit guide is possibly a loved one or an angel who guides you on your path in life. Okay, Tony. Will, I'm unsure, but believe a guide. It's a guide we have that walks through us through your life that can assist us when asked in need. Yes. Okay. Sunday says, I think my spirit guide leads, gives information, vision. Awesome. Peggy says, I think it's there's something that talks or communicates from the other side to assist you. Sue, you have told me numerous times that I have finally been communicating with my guides, but I'm not sure how. Sue, okay, I'm gonna go back in and answer some of these, address some of these comments. That's okay. We're going to talk a little bit, Sue, about that tonight, too. And Linda Lou says, I can't either unless I refresh, trying to figure out how to see them on my phone. You can't see comments either. Huh. I'm not really sure, you guys. I'm not having issues seeing comments. What do I tell you, it seems like every live now is a wild ride in one way or another. I don't know. Keeping me on my toes, that's for sure. Hi, Michelle. How are you, honey? Glad you're joining us. Okay, let's talk about spirit guides a little bit. My belief system, a lot, clients will ask me, oh, is my, grandma Mimi on the other side my spirit guide? Must be Mercury. Yeah, right. Oh, wait a minute, before I address that, Tony says, yeah, she had to refresh as well to see it. Okay, everybody, if you're having problems seeing comments, refresh the live. All right, and swipe your screen to the left to see comments. Okay, everybody, great teamwork here. Everybody's adding how we're going to do that. If I do Facebook, F5 and refresh, it shows the comments. It could be, you never know with Facebook. They've been really, anyhow, let's not go down that road. Let's focus on our live and our spirit guides and everything else. Okay, so spirit guides are part of our soul family group. And what happens is they are assigned to us at birth. We all have spirit guides that are assigned to us at birth. And what happens is they're actually beings that have lived physical lives. And in their journey to ascend, achieve, grow, evolve, whatever you want to call it, there are times that we can choose. Once we hit a certain level, we can choose whether or not we want to stay on the other side as a spirit guide for one of our soul group family that's coming down here to live coming down here, reincarnating to live a human life. And the thing about this is they're not our angels. Angels are celestial beings. They're not our ones that crossed over. Those are literally those, our family members from this lifetime that have crossed over. These are beings that we have lived many, many lifetimes with on it, on the earth, staying in spirit. And we switch off and take turns being others' spirit guides. But again, we only can do that when we've gotten to a certain point of evolving, because it's almost like, okay, so you have your college degree, now you're going to go on to get your master's. That's about the easiest way I know how to explain it. And so yeah, well, now my tablet stopped giving me comments. So yeah, I honestly don't know. They just stopped giving me comments, so I'm gonna have to work off my laptop. And so, guys, just bear with me, because I can tell you that sometimes Facebook misses comments. It's kind of like not the best system, but if I miss you or I don't address it, please do not be offended. Just send the comment, because sometimes I do miss it too, because I'm managing everything. So, all right, let me see here. Dale says, yes, me. I went for a walk one day and I believe I was guided to take a different route than usual. I came across a little girl running into traffic and ran to save her from getting run over. I always wondered if my guides or the little girl's guides directed me to save her. Well, absolutely. It could have been angels too, but I do believe it was your guides. Our guides do guide us. I mean, they're guides, right? They guide us, they communicate with us in all different ways. Their purpose is to guide us, to protect us, to lead us, to support us, and to comfort us. And they always have our best interests at heart. And, we have all different types of guides. We have kind of I guess I almost want to say a team of spirit guides. And these guides, depending on what you're going through in your life, will dictate which of your guides really pull forward or step forward. So what happens is they switch places over time and throughout your life. If you're having relationship issues, and excuse me, guys, I don't know if you know, but I took a bit of a face plant. Well, not a bit. I took a pretty nasty face plant on Monday. So excuse me. I still have some healing. I have to use vitamin E oil on my lips or they'll dry out and I'll be grimacing the whole time. So I'm going to keep doing that, guys. Excuse me for that, but it's the only way to keep my lips really moist enough they don't hurt. But it looks a lot better than what it was. Okay, so anyhow, thank you, Michelle. I appreciate that. Okay, so Linda Lucis, I had okay, something with Facebook. Okay. Dale, yes, you were guided to me. Yes. Look, that can be any number. It can be our guides, it can be our angels, it can be our masters, it can be a lot of different ones. But our spirit guides are definitely here to help to facilitate with anything that we need in this lifetime. Now, it doesn't mean that they're going to deliver everything, because if it's not meant to be, it's not meant to be. That's not determined really necessarily by your spirit guides. That's determined by your contracts and a whole nother committee, and it's too much to get into now. So, anyhow, our spirit guides. I'm just looking at my notes for a minute. Okay, so um, these spirit guides show up or are assigned to us at birth. However, I must say, I used to think that that was it, that those were spirit guides. It never changed. Nothing ever happened differently, that they're just there. But really, quite frankly, there can be shifting in our spirit guides. We have those that are assigned to us at birth. However, there's flexibility that they can come and go depending on what you're going through in the moment. In other words, let's say you're having a relationship issue. So the spirit guide that's on your team that is, I guess, the lead, if you will, of relationships to help you with relationships will then step up and become prominent, where the others might then step back. It's nothing that we really have to think about or, oh gosh, am I calling upon the right one? They're going to show up when and how they're supposed to show up. All right. And so I've also been asked, how many do I have? How many spirit guides do I have? Or what's the number? There is no set number. It depends, on your soul life contract for this lifetime. What are you looking to accomplish in this particular physical life this time round? And that's going to determine what type of spirit guides you have, depending upon your purpose. Okay. And it's kind of like you're not gonna hire an electrician to hang a door necessarily, right? They each have their own little specialties. You're gonna I guess I don't even know what they're called. A doorman? I don't know. Hanging doorman? I don't know, but there you go. Versus an electrician, right? So, or a drywall person versus an electrician, whatever it is, everybody has their own niche, and that's the same with our spirit guides. Okay, so we have a whole collective of a team, and they come with us down. They fought. No, they don't come with us down, but we come and we transition onto this planet. We birth, and they're there right with us every step of the way. All right. So let me do one thing here. I want to go back. I know Jen had some things she had said way back when. Oh no, you guys, I may have a real issue here. I'm not getting any comments. Okay, lovely. Give me a minute, guys. I just got to get out of it in Facebook and in my tablet, and hoping I can see comments again. From what I am learning, they use different methods to communicate, and it's a personal, unique thing. Yes, yes, my dear love. All right, guys. I'm afraid to refresh in the middle of this live. I might lose all of you. But obviously, Facebook's having a problem because my comments have frozen. I'm wondering, Tony, honey, are you still on? Oh, wait. Did I get? Here they go. Okay, they opened up. They opened up. I was going to see Tony if you could like help me with this if you were still on, but it looks like they opened up. Okay, so here we go. From what I'm learning, they use different methods to communicate, and it's a personal, unique thing. Yes, every single one of them are going to communicate with you psychically the way that you receive information the easiest. That's what happens, even whether it's your spirit guides, whether it's the archangels, whether it's the I am, they all communicate with you the way that you are, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, wired to receive psychic information. So, yes. It is a personal and unique thing, if that's the way you're meaning it. So Linda Lou says, I had a very interesting dream last night. Without going into the dream, I was told there are no coincidences. Every action we take affects the matrix of life. I know it was a guide information based on the dream. Yep, it was guided information. Well, there's something big for you, obviously, to get out of that. And our spirit team, our guides, they'll communicate with us during waking hours. They'll communicate with us while we're in dream state or sleeping, altered state. And it's very, very, again, they're going to communicate with you in the best possible way at the best possible moment that they know that you're most open to receive. That's what spirit does. And so even with my psychic, when I do my psychic work, it's the same thing. This is a little aside, but I feel like, my team's telling me to discuss this a little bit with you guys. So obviously you need to hear this. I always trust their information. But I'm psychic, born that way, and I've been doing this professionally 20 years. And I've run into people, clients, peers, just different people that get very frustrated along the way that they're only receiving the information the way they're receiving it. So in other words, they only see, but they can't hear, and they're like their best friend can hear, and they're frustrated that, I personally, I get the information. There are 6 different clairs, and depending on, I guess, on how receptive I am, whatever it's supposed to be, spirit will communicate with me that way. So I can't say I'm just clairaudient, because I'm not. I'm clairvoyant, I'm clairaudient, I'm clairsentient, claircognizant. I also taste and smell every once in a while. But again, it depends on what information they're trying to get across to you, and also the way you are open enough to receive. Okay. Linda Lou says, and I am going to get back to your questions, Jen. I promise you, your comments and questions. I have it written down. Okay, so Linda Lou, I've been going through what I've been told is ascension and been questioning it, and so the dream. Well, there you go. See, isn't that cool? Now you asked them to make it clear. That's a perfect example of what we can do with our angels, with our guides, with our masters, with spirit. If we're unsure, we can ask them for a clarifying sign. Let's say you're sitting, some of you are saying, well, is this my spirit guides communicating with me? I'm just not sure. Then you can say, okay, spirit guides, I believe that this is you communicating with me. This is what I'm receiving. This is what I believe it means. Can you send me clarification sign under grace and in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly? Do not forget those words, because spirit never judges. And if we say, just send me a clear sign, hey, if they think that they can get it to you with a 2x4 across the face, they may just do that because they don't discern, they don't judge it. They just hear our words and our thoughts. They won't hear it. They receive the energy of our thoughts and our words. Okay. And they just go with it. They cannot encroach on our free will. So be careful how you word things, and always make sure when you ask for clarification of any sort that you always make sure to include under grace in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly, or some form thereof. Okay. So really important. Hey, Mary. Hi, Angela and Noreen. Mary, thank you for sharing. I appreciate it. Michelle, you say I've been getting dreams. Yeah, they do. They do communicate a lot through dreams. Absolutely. Our loved ones who crossed over lots of times do too. Visitations. All right. I've had my parents show up, and one time it was my mother showed up. It was more than likely life or death. And she visited in a dream, well, a visitation in my dream state. And she actually woke me up. She made sure I'd wake up because the first time she tried, I heard her, but I'm like, oh, I'm sleeping, leave me alone. And then she yelled my name and it woke me up. And it was a good thing. I won't get into details, but yeah. So, I mean, they're always there. And same thing with our guides. They're going to do things like that, right? They're going to step in. Those are big moments, but they do all types of assistance, if you will. Okay, Mary Friend, you got your haircut. Looks nice. Thank you very much. Yes, I did. I went this morning, got my hair cut and some other things. Yeah, I colored my hair. Okay. We get to a certain age and there you go. So thank you for noticing, Mary, and the compliment. I do appreciate it. Jen, or the Tower card 5 days in a row. Well, yeah, but just don't get too wound up about the Tower card. I do not read tarot, but tarot card really is just showing you, certain things have to be pulled down to build back up, right? Okay, so it was a death dream. Oh, Michelle, and my friend's dad passed away. It does happen where we get kind of a heads up on that. Yeah, it does happen. The more connected we are, or in tune psychically that we are, the stronger the information that's going to come through, the more beings, if you will, that can communicate with us. So just stay open to it, have no real expectations really to get communication. Excuse me again, guys. It's about staying open and receptive. Okay, but let me go back here. I really do want to go back to what, excuse me, guys, what it was Jen was talking about. Okay, Jen, first, you said, is it channeling? And I'm going to tell you, I'm going to start out by saying to you that everybody has a different definition of channel. Just about every psychic I know has a different definition of channeling. So I'm going to go from what I believe it is. Okay. Always, anytime I share any information, it's from my belief system. And if you don't resonate with it, that's all right. Let's share it. Also, this is all about sharing ideas too. I grow and learn through this too, you guys. Don't think that I'm just sitting here giving the information. I love this interaction because I am always looking to grow and expand and get a better understanding of the realm of which I really exist most times. which is, a multidimensional, different levels, psychic space, I guess, metaphysical. Really, we all do, but I'm much more conscious of it than, some of you who just haven't. It's not that I'm better. It's just that, I've been doing it longer and I've worked a lot on the tools and I understand the energy. So that's all. So, okay. Right. I thought since I have the connection with her. Yeah, Michelle, sometimes those dreams are really about a heads up. I had one of those concerning a cousin of mine. My grandmother, who was already on the side, came over and had a message for my mother. So, yeah, sometimes it's just about a heads up. Okay. And it's out of love and compassion. So, let's again go back to is a channel. Okay. To me, channeling, when I get psychic information, it may be a form of channeling, but to me, true channeling is when, how do I put this in lay terms? This is going to be said in very simplistic explanation of this, because really it's much more involved than this. But channeling really, to me, is where I'm actually being taken, for lack of a better way of putting it, I'm taken out of my body, and whether it's my spirit team talking or your spirit team talking through me, they use me then. It kind of remove Elyse, and then they take the vessel of Elyse Ann Psychic to communicate directly with you. So in other words, when I get psychic information, I'll get bits and pieces, and some of it's very, very clear. Some of it I have to put through my own interpretation, my own filters to give you an interpretation. When I believe that when I am channeling, it's as if you and your spirit team or whoever's coming through me is having a direct conversation. As if right now, like I'm talking to you, it would be where they remove me and they don't necessarily. It's interesting because some people say, "Oh, do they enter your body?" Not necessarily, but they are able to. I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, I don't know if even this is the best word, but they kind of utilize an imprint, but it doesn't that they don't enter me. I don't know how else to explain it, and I don't want to go too far into it because it's a whole nother level. All right, but to me, channeling is when I'm removed. Okay, and it's a direct conversation. Now, some people use the word channeling just for messages, and that's true too. They channel messages, but like I said, I have a different concept and definition of what channeling really is. All right. But that's me. That's my belief system from my experience and with clients and with myself and so forth. So, all right. So, I think that might have been you too, Jen. And I'm sorry, I know this goes back. One of you had mentioned something about a multi-dimensional self. All right. So when it comes to spirit guides, they are not an element of us. Okay. Totally different soul. And by the way, before I go any further, I see we have quite a few people that have shown up. So I just want to say hi, welcome. I am Elyse Ann Psychic, the Psychic Liaison, Bridge to the Unseen, and this is Table Talk Thursdays. This evening, we're talking about spirit guides. For all of you that are here, if you have any topic at all, metaphysical, inspirational, spiritual topic, that you truly want to hear about, please let me know. You guys, this is for you. This is my way of giving. This is information that I either have researched in the past, have experienced in the past. I've taught workshops for a lot of years, or I connect with spirit and get the answers, right? So I have access to all of that and I want to share it with you. All right. So make sure you're letting me know if there's some topic that you would like me to cover in the future. Also, I'm going to take just a minute. We're going to go a little bit further back into the multidimensional thing, but I did want to take a minute because it came to me today. I officially made my Facebook page, Elyse Ann Psychic Facebook page, public on July 4th of last year, 2020. I am currently rounding the corner to 1,450 followers, and my goal, which should be fairly easy, but I've noticed Facebook's given everybody a hard time, but is to hit 1,500 followers by my 1 year anniversary of my Facebook page. So I'm saying this to all of you so that hopefully you will invite your friends and help me out to get to that 1,500 followers before my 1 year anniversary. And let's make it extra, extra special 1 year anniversary celebration. So there you go. Okay. So let me see here. Oh, hi, Lisa. How are you? Welcome. Okay, let me go back into these comments. Right. I thought since I have the connection with her. Yeah, Michelle, lots of times we can be utilized that way. Hi, Lisa. Hi, my dad died 8 years ago at 63 years old. He was visiting me a lot for the first 3 years through my dreams and would get lots of signs through driver's license. Huh. One time, my mom and I were sitting in a car waiting for a traffic light to change, and the license plate said Rich 6. My dad is buried in Section 6 at the Veterans Cemetery, and his name is Rich. Wow. Isn't that cool? That to me, it's a very cool story. To me, that was just spirit in general, not necessarily your guides. Not that it matters. It's just beautiful. And your dad, too, just reminding you, hey, love ya. Wink, wink, blowing kisses or what have we. So it's really, look, guys, the magnificence and the power of spirit is just amazing. Keep your eyes and ears open, be in awareness. Your spirit guides communicate with you all the time. Sometimes it's just that nudge to push you in a certain direction. That's our spirit guides. It could be, you're driving one direction. You usually take the same route over and over and over every day. Then this particular day, you just felt like you needed to maybe turn right instead of left and go a different direction. And then you find out hours later there was a possibly, some to do or accident. Maybe if you had turned left, you might have been involved. So, our guides do, protect us in so many different ways in that regard. And it's very, very cool. So, Jen says, "Oh yeah, the trans channel kind." Okay, yeah, some people call it trans channel. Yeah, definitely. I know we're kind of reversing back here on the channeling, but yeah, some people do call it trans channeling. I just, yeah, I just happen to call it channeling in a different way. So, okay, so you see, okay, good, Jen. Okay, the multidimensional self. Okay, so again, let me address that. I think I tapped into it for a moment and then I pulled back out on that. Our spirit guides are not a part of us. So it's not our multidimensional self that is our spirit guide. What I will say is that my multidimensional self really is about our existence as an energy being. And so, again, that's a whole another topic. But our spirit guides are not a piece of us. They're not a piece of our soul. They're not necessarily a sliver of our soul. So it's very different than our multidimensional self. Our multidimensional self does exist multidimensionally, but it is us and our soul. Okay, that's about. All right. So I hope that made sense and helped. So okay, let me read some more of these comments here. Like tap in, LOL. Yes, like tapping in, sure. Oh, here, Peggy. Recently I had a message to pay attention to numbers because they were trying to help me in the understanding of the communication they were trying to send. Absolutely. And that's the beauty of it with any, be it your spirit guides, angels, archangels, masters, teachers. If you are unsure, you can just ask again under grace in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly for a clear sign, and they will deliver it. Just don't look too hard and just be open to it. All right. So, Lisa, my dad, Rich, don't give me signs like he did the first 3 years when he passed. Last sign I got was in 2018. Okay. Well, Lisa, we are talking about spirit guides tonight, but I really do want to address this because it hits to the heart. Those that have crossed over, the way and the amount of signs, I guess, and the way they communicate and the number of times they're in communication, let's say it that way, will vary. And sometimes in the way beginning, they'll do it a lot just to remind you they're around, right? Sometimes they'll do it, they'll give us a lot of connection or signs when maybe we ourselves are in need, right? We're having a tough time, we need a little extra support. Excuse me, guys. A little extra support, a little extra pickup, whatever it may be. And so it's not necessarily that he's not giving you signs. There may just not be a need, or they're very, very, very subtle. So I just want you to know that, Lisa, in case it's worrisome for you, or have a little heartache over that. Our loved ones are always around us. Okay. So don't ever forget that. They're always there to love and support us. All right. So let's see, Dale, really enjoying the information. Have to go, but thanks, Lisa. Ah, Dale, I'm so glad you were able to be with us for about a half an hour. Oh, actually, almost 40 minutes. All right. I'm glad you did, Dale. I know you like to fly by, say hi, send the love, and then you have to leave. So I'm glad you had an opportunity to be with us. Have a great rest of your, let's see, if it's evening here, it must be afternoon there. I think you said you're 20 hours ahead. So have a great rest of your afternoon. Happy Friday. Thanks for being with us. All right. Michelle says we can sometimes just miss it. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. We miss information a lot of times. Um, you're welcome, Lisa. You're welcome, sweetheart. Yeah, Dale, yay. Um, Michelle, that's very very, I don't know if I want to say common, but yeah, it's something that I know a lot of my clients are like, how come I'm not hearing from them, or they're not around me anymore? So the truth is they are. So let's go back to spirit guides, because some of you I'm sure want to know, like, how do they show themselves? How do I know it's them? What's going on with all of this? Sometimes it's just an inner knowing that this is your guide. Sometimes you'll see a spark of light, or an orb, or a flash, or a twinkle, if you will. They may push something off of a shelf. Now, doesn't mean it's always your spirit guides, not necessarily. I believe that angels can do that. Any type of spirit can do that. But lots of times this is the way they do communicate your guides to get your attention. Now, some people say, well, how can I activate this? How can I get them to communicate? Well, part of it is meditation. Part of it is asking for a sign. Okay. Under grace and in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. Okay, so a couple of the different ways that you can activate this, get your spirit guides to step up and help you. First, of course, ask, right? But the other thing is, well, several things. You can go into a meditation or stillness, and then when you come, you can ask them to come through you, and then no, let me rephrase that. Let's not put that out there. Let's nix that statement. That's not a good thing to do. I have the tools to be able to manage it, but that just came flying out of my mouth. So let's nix that one. Ask them to um, to communicate with you clearly and what you can do, and ask them for any messages that they want you to know. And then some people will do automatic writing either during the meditation or right after the meditation. I myself have never really done it. I think I tried it once and it just wasn't my thing. It's been a lot of years. I might try it again one of these days. But a lot of people do like that automatic writing. They say they get a lot of information out of it. What is automatic writing? In case you don't know, you don't get in your mind and start thinking. You just what free flow of ideas, free flow of whatever's coming through really is what that's about. Ask your spirit guides. Just ask them. So many times we want the help from our angels, our guides, our loved ones, but we don't ask. We're just like, okay, I wish they would. Ask them. It's that simple. Okay. Make a list of what you might want help with. And do it from a place of, if you will, a place of love, a place of high vibration. And then while you're doing this, kind of, set the space, the energy up to be of love and compassion and light. Okay. And so you can make a list and ask them, and call on them anytime, just like our angels, our guides, our masters, our teachers, the archangels. Our whole spirit team, the higher, the I am, whatever you call that highest energy. Some people work a lot with the Christ consciousness energy. I know I do. So you can call on them anytime. And I don't know if one of you just thought this, like how do I know who I'm calling or how do I know what to do? Okay, so some great comments here. Um, it's really about again setting that energy up and setting your boundaries up and your parameters to be protected and shielded and to call in only the highest vibrations. And so you can then say, okay, I call on my spirit guides who are of the highest vibration. Okay, and that way you'll know that you're pulling in high vibration. I mean, it's really that simple. I do it every day. I don't do any work without starting out with my setup of, always, I mean, I have a whole thing that I do, but I always connect with the highest vibrational beings, nothing less, nothing less. So just know that you can do that and bring some of that information in for yourself. Yes, Will, some of the numbers 111, 333, 555, 222. Yes. Lots of times that are spirit guides, it's a whole nother way. Music, numbers, signs, um, all kinds of different ways that they share information or bring information to us. Absolutely. Well, you say your guides use numbers. Yeah, sometimes it's our guides, sometimes it's angels. When I do my readings, every once in a great while, when I'm with a client doing a one-on-one private session, someone will say, "Well, who are you talking to?" And excuse me, I have to be honest. For me, I just know I'm pulling in the highest vibrations. I don't always, for me, I don't feel I need to know. But if my client wants to know, I can always ask. So sometimes, why am I bringing that up? Guides use numbers, so do angels, an awful lot. So as long as it's the highest vibrations, right? Um, but we know that our guides are there for us almost like on a personal level. So really it's getting to know your guides, getting to know how they communicate with you and how you receive information. Sometimes we just sense a presence, right? Um, Sometimes we ask for a sign. The thing is, the key is to listen, to be open, to be aware. Okay. Be open to the guidance. You're not going to be able to deliver it if you're not open to it, right? Stay in gratitude. Gratitude is one of the highest vibrations that exists. Love, gratitude, highest vibrations. So if we're vibrating at that level, then our spirit guides, it makes it that much easier for them to meet us. If we're down here and they're up there, there's a lot more space for us to have to meet somehow, right? But if we're vibrating at the level of love, gratitude, it's one of the highest vibrations, then they don't have as far like to kind of meet up with us, if that makes sense. All right. So make sure though you're always releasing the outcome. Don't have expectations. That's exactly what's going to screw things up. Because I got to tell you, when psychic information comes through, several things. First of all, it's not logical. So your human mind is going to look at it and say, well, that can't be a message. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. But the truth is, it's never logical. Okay. And it doesn't necessarily always come the way that you are expecting it. Again, spirit knows best. Right. So just be open to it. Just be open to the way that they are choosing to communicate with you as long as it's of the highest vibration, okay? Because they're choosing the method or what they're communicating to you very, very carefully. And this is what they feel you're ready to either receive and or be willing to act upon, I guess. All right. So let me see. Linda Lou, yes, I will. Will I see those double, triple numbers every day, all through the day? Yeah, they have a lot of meaning. And the beauty of that is, guys, it's always pulling us back into spirit, like connection with spirit. That's the highest vibration. God's source, creator, I am, Christ consciousness, our angels, archangels, our spirit guides, our masters, our teachers, very high vibration. So there's so many benefits, not just to be able to be more open to the information that's being communicated, but also for ourselves, just to be in that higher vibration. It's just awesome. You can't beat that energy. There's so much joy and happiness and peace and tranquility. And I'm here to tell you, yes, you can achieve that from the earthly plane. Doesn't mean that life is grand every second. Doesn't mean that, we don't have things going on in our world. But the more we get into that higher vibration and connect in that space of love and compassion, the more we feel it, and it permeates our life too. So, and I'm living proof of that. This has been a journey for myself for my lifetime. And I'm seeing a lot of results finally. I mean, it's taken some build up and some time, but yeah, I, I got a lot of things going on in my world, but I'm always happy. Well, 90% of the time happy. I'm still human. I got some stuff. So anyhow, okay. Michelle says, I want to try that. Okay, cool. Oh my God, that's me. Hi, Denise. How are you? Welcome. Jen says, it's an ongoing conversation, but I don't know who they are. Jen, what I would say is some people really want to know who their guides are. For me, I just know they're my guides, and I'm okay with that. But a lot of you do want to know, like, who's my guides? And the best way to get that information or knowledge, I should say, is ask them, what is your name? If you want to know their name and get more on a, it's not necessary to get on a more personal level with them because they know you inside and out, and really on some level you know them inside out because it's all energy. But for you as a human being to feel closer, lots of times when we know somebody's name, right, we have a connection here. Ask them their name. Don't ever tell them the name. Ask them. Only ask them. Let them tell you, and that way you can get some validation and confirmation that you are connecting with your spirit guides. All right. So, let's see, what does Peggy say? Sometimes I think my head is too busy to receive, and I have to remember to be open to receive whatever they are sending. Well, you know what, Peggy? We all get that way. Believe me, I do this for a living, and I'm psychic through and through. I'm so plugged in. But I still sometimes, oh man, I missed that one. It's okay. It really is okay. But maybe Peggy, what can help you and everybody else, because Tony just said that's me too, is really to I heard the word withdraw. Interesting. That was my team that just stepped up and I heard the word withdraw. I was going to say something totally different, but I heard withdraw. So what I believe they're saying is, withdraw yourself from all the stimulus. See if you can do it even just 5 or 10 minutes a day and just get quiet. And that's going to start opening up the channels more and more. All right. So I hope that helps. Higher vibration, Will Rush ask. Do you request that when you ask for guidance? Absolutely, 1000%. And that's a whole nother ballgame because dealing with energy and working with energy, I don't recommend anybody doing what I'm doing unless you've had some guidance, some training, something. Because yes, highest vibrations, those are the white light, the highest vibrational beings, because there's all kinds of energy out there. And so when I connect, every day I do my whole little ritual, I guess, if you will, prayers and things. And definitely those words are in that multiple times. Because again, that's why you have to know what you're doing with energy, because there are all types of energy. And if you're putting out there only the highest vibrational beings or highest vibrational energy, then universal law states it's all that can come to you. Okay, so Sue, I'm so glad you joined us. You're very, very welcome, sweetheart. Have a good evening. Will, did I just see the same question again? Yeah, I think you put it in twice because I wasn't responding to it. So here we are. Do you request the highest vibrations every time you? Yes, every day, every day, every day, every day. Because I've been faced with other vibrations and no, thank you. So yes, always, 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 always. That's why I say, this is not a game. People say, oh, I'm going to take out my cards and play. And I kind of cringe when I hear that. To me, this is something very sacred, and really to know what you're doing with it is to set up some boundaries and some things like that. So, okay. Linda Lou, yes, I was letting Will know that I see those numbers too. Okay. You know, sometimes I just jump in the middle of something and I'm trying to place what all's going on. So I know sometimes I end up in the middle of your conversations and you're probably all like, what is she doing? What is she talking about? We're talking about something totally different. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. I'm so glad you're joining us. Okay, Linda Lou. I know what one of mine is, but not by name, but by what she looks like. She came to me one night in a dream and told me they were trying to help me, but I needed to get out of their way and stop trying to do everything by myself. I'm sorry. I don't mean to laugh. Much love, sweetheart. I know. I used to be that person too. But you see, so isn't think about what Linda Lou shared just here. You know how you were saying, well, I don't know if I hear them. I don't know if if I'm clear, if it's whatever. I'm not sure I'm here. Her guides made sure they came to her in a dream, okay, and let her know the information. So, Linda Lou, by that, I'm going to say you probably are very open to whatever way Spirit wants to communicate with you. And, guys, this is a great example. This is what it takes, right? So, Will says, so I shouldn't request the highest vibrations? Will, I'm not sure why you're asking that question. Absolutely, you should, sweetheart. I'm not sure what I might have miscommunicated. Oh, okay. Here's the rest of your question. Is that only for humans with psychic abilities to request highest vibrations? Absolutely not. First of all, we are all psychic. It's just how far have we developed it? I don't know if you've heard me say this before, but it's one of the things I like to say. You know, we are all psychically connected. It's just to me, a lot of people like to use the word intuition. Intuition, from my perspective, is just underdeveloped psychic ability. It's like a pianist. Do they know enough to play chopsticks or can they play a concerto? How much have they practiced? How far advanced are they? But absolutely, 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 every single human being, whenever you are looking for any kind of guidance, help, anything, always put out there the highest vibrational beings. Always. Because some of you probably say, well, I don't understand, this information I got was so wrong. Well, it could have been a lower vibration that was a trickster. And it does happen. Okay, it's nothing to fear. Excuse me again, guys. There's nothing really to fear. It's just to be managed. That's all it is manage it. So yeah, ask for the higher vibrations to connect to the highest vibrational beings. I do that every day before I work. Absolutely. You gotta understand, I open myself up to a massive amount of energy in all the universe every day. So that's why I say it's really important to know what you're doing and not just step into it and go, oh yay, here we go. I'm a big advocate of that. And I do work one-on-one with clients privately. And that is one of the biggest things we're going to talk about, because we need to get that in place and tools and all kinds of things. So, okay. So I hope that helps you. Okay, Will. Okay, thanks so very much. I wanted to make sure before I unleash the high vibration energy upon me. If it's white light in the highest vibration, it's not going to hurt you. Okay. But I also want to say that you don't necessarily want to you don't want to take it in. You want to surround yourself with it. Because remember, we're energy beings, we're a physical body. Our physical bodies are very dense. So the high vibration is something our physical body cannot take much of. It's kind of like I don't want to say disconnect, but it needs to be stepped down really to utilize it. So I hope that helps you on that, Will. All right, so let me take a look at some of my notes here and just see if I've kind of covered most of what I want to cover. I know some of this was repeat from last week, which was a wild ride, but tonight before the live and actually the last couple of days, I've been kind of talking to Spirit about, okay, let's put this in a space of, because what happened last week was so out of control. I've never had a situation like that before. So all right. Some of the other ways also, though, that you can help bring in your guides is to stay playful. We get so involved in life and we get dragged into all these kind of different places. But remember, joy and love, like I said earlier, it's the highest joy, love, gratitude is highest vibration. So if we're down here and we're in the muck, we're forgetting about the joy, which is up here, because we're forgetting to be playful. All right. So allow yourself some of that space and time to do that. I know so many of us are so busy, but you know what? I have a rule, and my rule is I need at least an hour, if not 2 hours of downtime, no matter how late I'm working. And I do that for myself. And sometimes, yeah, it makes for a lot less sleep, but I need it. I have to have it to disconnect. Got to remember, connect to a lot of energy every day and a lot of different people. So just make sure that you're carving out that time for you so that you can feel better and that raises your vibration. Remember what I said earlier. If we're here and they're there, we have a lot more space to cover. But if we're in joy and love and gratitude, and here we go, we're ascending, and they don't have as far to come down, if you will, to meet us vibrationally. All right. So, okay. Will says understand. Okay, cool. Linda Lou, absolutely I am. Absolutely I am. I've been seeing, hearing, dreaming with spirits since high school, so I know they're there. Just never knew who, what, it wasn't all until recently on a personal level. It's all a journey, isn't it? And it's a beautiful journey, right? Um, Amanda, you know what, sweetheart? Um, Tonight is not psychic mini reading night. Tonight is Table Talk Thursdays. As you can tell, we are dealing with the topic or discussing the topic and sharing about the topic of spirit guides. Every Thursday night, I do this type of live. My regularly scheduled mini psychic reading lives are Wednesdays at 11 a.m. Arizona time. I do sometimes do last minute lives. I'm just going to be really upfront with you guys. I know there's not too many of you on here right now, but I do have a lot of projects behind the scenes going on. So I have my regularly scheduled lives. As for last minute lives, I'm not sure how often it's going to happen, at least for a little while, but we'll see because I miss you guys when I don't go on, right? So we'll see. So I'm sorry, Amanda, tonight's not psychic reading night. Sorry, sweetheart. You can either hit me up on a different psychic mini reading live, or you can check out my website ElyseAnnPsychic.com. I offer private one-on-one sessions starting at 15 minutes. All right, Amanda, and anybody else who might be interested in a private one-on-one session. All right, Will, I'm so very glad we redid this. I feel so much better about this life. I think you meant live, and it was very educational for me. I truly appreciate you taking the time to repeat the session. It benefited me immensely. You're very welcome, Will. Last week was just a, we won't use the word, but it was a wild ride. I got off that line and I was just like, what just happened? All right. Amanda, I know, sweetheart. I'm so sorry, honey, but tonight is not for that purpose. Much love, honey bunny. Will says, I also took some notes tonight. I'm the student, you're the teacher. That's awesome. Well, they always say, you're welcome, Amanda. They always say when the student is ready, the teacher appears. And just keep in mind, again, guys, I work one-on-one with clients to help them develop their own abilities, to help them to connect with spirit, whatever you guys need. I mean, I'm here. I have my abilities, and even though my website says, psychic readings, energy healing, space clearing, I do just about anything and everything. And I love doing it. So I'm just letting you know that. And you're quite welcome, Will, and you're quite welcome, everybody. So as we're landing into the last minute, thank you all of you who stuck with me on this one. I think some of it was repeat information, so I think some people had heard it last week, which is fine. It's fine. Everything I do is all about whatever it's supposed to be and meant to be is what it is, and I don't get too wild about it, except last week, of course. But I stayed calm comparatively of what I was really wanting to say. That's all I gotta say. Hi, Rob. Welcome, welcome. So, anyhow, all right, everyone. Well, we're coming around to closing this out tonight. If there's any topic that you want to hear about, again, you guys, let me know. Put it in the comments. Reach out to me privately, whatever. Again, I do this for you guys. This is my way of giving back and to be of service. All right. So, take the opportunity. Take the opportunity to go, oh, I always wanted to know about this, Elyse Ann. And then I'll go, okay, when my spirit team says it's time, we'll pick that topic for one of the weeks. Awesome. All right. So Will said, I have to take notes. Once I hit the 40 club, things don't stay long. Oh, Will, let's not even talk about the 40s. You just wait, darling. Much love. I'm going to leave you at that one. All right, Natalie, very interesting tonight. Learned a lot. You're welcome, Natalie. Your mom was the only one who believed you. Well, Linda Lou, at least you had that. Okay. I didn't necessarily have, I had no support. We're not going to go down in that path. It's not, I'm not like, oh, poor me. I'm just saying, be grateful you had someone who was there and believed you. Okay. Peggy, well, it's probably good you missed it last week. The first 20 minutes were just like no other. That's all I gotta say. Like I said, I had four people tag teaming to harass and spam on the live all at once. It was just a mess. And one of them created a fake account with my image and Elyse Ann Psychic. So when I saw that, all of a sudden my brain on the middle live with these people harassing me, and then I see that and I triggered into this, oh my gosh, did they just hack me? But wait a minute, how can that be? I'm on a live. So my brain was going in 50 different directions. It was interesting. That's all. Let's just say that. And I had decided that I wasn't going to keep it posted. Normally, I keep all my lives posted, but that I knew since we were redoing this, let's just leave this one to be the one on Spirit Guide. So, hey Tina, how you doing? We are actually wrapping this up tonight, Tina. This starts at 7 p.m. Arizona time every Thursday. I got you, Will. I'm not going to speak of last week anymore. We are done, but I did want to address it tonight because this was the culmination of. So thank you. Yes, you have a great night also to each and every one of you that are still here. Thank you for joining us this evening in our talk, discussion, share on spirit guides. Don't know next week's topic yet. If you have, again, if you have something you want to know about, let me know. Let me know. That's what I'm here for, guys. So to each and every one of you, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing, for being here, for supporting, sharing your comments, and sharing my live out. Remember, like and follow my Elyse Ann Psychic page. Invite your friends. I'm looking to hit 1,500 followers by July 4th. That is my 1 year anniversary celebration of being public as Elyse Ann Psychic page. So I want to make it somewhat blowout if we can. So help me out, invite your friends. Let's get my followers up to at least 1,500 in the next, what, 3 weeks. All right, guys. So you're welcome, Jen. Thank you, Linda Lou. Thank you, thank you. You guys, much love to each and every one of you. Blessings. Have a great rest of your evening, afternoon, or morning, depending upon where you are in the world. I will see you again real soon. Just enjoy, be well, love each other. Bye. Thanks.